The 90s, an era that introduced everything I loved about LEGO as a kid. From vibrant, imaginative new themes to crazy new animals, and of course, detailed minifigures with so much personality, the LEGO system era was a serious game changer.
Hey, I'm Atticus Bricks, and today I'm unearthing a treasure trove of 90s LEGO goodness. I scored this vintage LEGO lot containing about 18 pounds of LEGO and 70 minifigures for an awesome deal, and I'm about to dump it all out and see what's in here for the very first time.
So here's an overview of all these parts dumped out. You can see there's a great variety of styles and colors.
Wow, this is just the kind of LEGO haul that inspires so much speculation. I could spend all day here just poring over these pieces and trying to figure out what sets the previous owner had. And we haven't even gotten to the minifigures yet. There's a whole bin just loaded with minifigures. I don't know. Let's just dive in and start picking out some builds and see if we can try to figure out what this person had. So right off the bat, I know that this came from a Stingrays set. Stingrays was one of the last Aqua Zone themes of the 90s. LEGO just was trying all kinds of cool stuff with the 90s, and Aqua Zone was one of them. This is from an Aqua Shark set. I've seen a lot of these. I had some of these as a kid, and I have some of these complete sets. So really, really cool piece here. I'm seeing some more clues that point to Aqua Zone. Got this wheel piece. I don't think they made too many of these in yellow, so this is a pretty neat find. This is one of the early LEGO animals. This is an octopus. I thought that these were like the coolest thing when I was a kid because, I mean, it's so unique. I love it. And there's actually some more animals in the minifigure bucket, so we'll get into that soon too. Yeah, there's even a shark right here. There's also two of these boats. This one actually still has the police sticker. I've been seeing a lot of these lately in vintage lots that I've bought. But these are pretty cool. I think these actually float. We, of course, have the burp and the lerp, the big ugly rock piece or the little ugly rock piece. These were just everywhere back in the day with LEGO. And I actually think that these indicate a ninja set. I saw some ninjas when I looked at the minifigs. And yeah, we have this door here. This was also in a ninja set from the 90s. I really like the printing on this. Really neat. I think this might go with one of those police boats. But we also have some other stickered parts. We got the classic Octan logo. They used to do this a lot where they would put stickers on multiple bricks, and well, now you can't really take them apart ever. So I'm going to have to be careful when I clean this. There's another example of that here with this little club, and it's got like an old hot rod. I really love this sticker. I wish it wasn't like peeling up there, but this is really neat. I'd like to find out what set this came from. So actually, this is one of the things that's a really helpful clue when you're trying to piece together an old lot. I can't imagine that this sticker was in more than one set. So if I'm able to find this on Bricklink, it should really easily be able to find one of the sets that was in this lot. I'm also getting very excited because I'm seeing some clues to one of my favorite childhood sets. Actually going to do some more on this later. I think this set might be here. Here's another little partial build. This has the Rescue logo on it. Rescue was another late 90s theme. So there probably was a rescue set or two in here somewhere. Now here's a piece that I thought was super cool when I was young. I could never really figure out how to use it right, but this is a bridge, so you would actually have this suspended between like a canyon or something, maybe two trees, but I always thought this was so cool, the old rope bridge piece. I wonder what set they had that this was in. Because I know it was used in a Forestman set and maybe some pirates and adventurers. So I'm going to have to look a little bit more into it and figure out where this piece actually came from. But this is awesome. I also found 3 of these sails. These are from City Themes in the late 90s. And the red boat. This was in a lot of pirates-themed sets in the 90s. And it's a really neat color. I like this a lot. So there is a ton of great stuff here. I'm going to pack this up and then move on to the minifigures because that is the most exciting part of this lot. So this is where it gets really cool. This is actually a vintage LEGO carrying case. It's really super dirty, so I'm going to have to go in and scrub it, but it's otherwise in good condition, so I'm going to end up keeping this. You can see on the back it has the LEGO logo. And it was designed so that you could actually slide the base plates out and then keep your bricks stored inside. So the seller has all of the minifigures stored in here. Okay, before we get to the minifigures, they had 2 of these little booklets, and I think it's really cool that they used to do this. They don't do this anymore, but you would actually get this pamphlet that would show you all of the other Lego sets that were currently available when you bought a Lego set. So this was included like with the instructions. So this one actually was from 1996. So you can see we have the Royal Knights and Dark Forest theme. We got some Aqua Zone and Aqua Sharks. This was the space theme at the time, Explorians. And then we got, of course, the old standby Pirates. And then Technic and Model Team and the trains, not as much going on here. On the back, of course, we have City, the Racers, Octan being a really big recurring theme within Lego. This is just so much nostalgia here. So this one seems to be more focused on Aqua Zone. We see that the featured theme over here is Aqua Zone. And then on the back, it's showing off basically the same themes. So this was also 1996, I believe. Yep, also 1996. Yeah, there's something so nostalgic about this old artwork that they did. It was all photography, and I guess they must have set up scenes. Just so cool. Really, 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 really neat. So I collect these, so I'm going to hold on to these. Now, let's dump out these minifigures. So as I said, there are some more animals in this bin. We've got some horses. There looks to be 2 black horses so far. Actually make that 3. And then we have a dragon, which this actually connects back to the set I said I'm pretty sure is in here. But I always just like, there's something so cool about this. It's, you know, not the biggest, by far not the biggest Lego dragon that's ever been made, but it's just, it's childhood. I love it. I love it. We've got a white horse also, a brown boat, and then this is another like partial build here. If I had to guess based on the color scheme, the red, the black, the yellow, this came from a Fright Nights set. And I think there are some Fright Nights minifigures in here, but also maybe Ninja. If not that, I'm not really sure, but so this is something else that's going to have to be taken apart and cleaned and then restored. Let's talk about some of these minifigures because there's a lot of cool stuff here. It's all in varying conditions. Some of it is a little bit more beat up than I would like, honestly. But we have this guy, this forest guy who is wearing sunglasses. I guess it's not so shady in Sherwood Forest anymore. But yeah, he's also holding his bow upside down. But the Forestman minifigures are rare, so this is a cool find. We also have some knights. This guy seems to have the wrong head, but the vintage lion knight. There is this robot. Also some ninjas, confirming my theory that we definitely have some kind of ninja set here somewhere. All right, this is a really cool minifig. This is Willa the Witch, the first witch minifigure ever made. Also happens to be one of my very first minifigures, and honestly, probably the minifigure that is responsible for me being a Lego fan. On the back, we have the spider cape. I just thought witches were so cool as a kid, so this one's in really good condition. Just a little bit dusty. I see a lot of these black drawn torsos, very nice. This is from the Stingrays theme that I mentioned earlier. Another ninja. And otherwise, basically just a lot of different like various city-themed minifigures. But there is one minifigure in particular that just makes this lot undescribably cool. This is the Infomaniac. This is a holy grail minifigure for me. So you see the Lego logo is printed on his back. A little bit of background information. The Infomaniac is a character in the 1997 PC game Lego Island, which for me personally just played a huge part in my childhood. So the Infomaniac was a promo minifigure associated with the game Lego Island. I'm honestly not even sure how people got their hands on this. It wasn't easy, because let me tell you, I definitely would have wanted to get my hands on one as a kid. But I've been searching for one for years, and this minifigure, I've been seeing it worth upwards of $60, maybe even more. So I'm really amazed that I was able to get this just by happenstance within a bulk lot of Lego. So this right here makes the whole find worth it. Now, about that set I'm predicting is in this lot, we have a selection of pieces here and a minifigure. So, like I said before, this was Will of the Witch from the theme Fright Nights. This, like, octagonal black piece here, this was only in one set. And I also see the riggings and the dragon. So the set was called the Witch's Windship. And, you know, as I recall, this is actually not a super popular set. It's kind of ugly looking. You can see I'm putting the picture right here. But it was one of the first sets I had as a kid, and I just thought it was so cool. I loved witches and magic and dragons, and I'm really looking forward to trying to rebuild that set out of this lot, and almost like reclaiming a piece of my childhood. That's really one of the reasons that I love restoring old Lego lots like this, is because you can take these dusty, neglected pieces that have been sitting in a box for years, maybe in someone's attic, and, you know, clean them up again, getting them back the way they once were, and giving them new life. Whether I keep them or I sell them or pass them on to somebody else, it's just a chance for this Lego to get to live and breathe again. So I think that's really important. So I definitely have my work cut out for me, but this is exactly my favorite type of Lego project. My next steps are to take everything apart and get them all washed and cleaned so that I can start sorting and putting these sets back the way they once were. I have some work to do now, but I plan on posting updates as I go through the process, so make sure notifications are on too, so you'll find out when I post another video.